Uh, what's up, y'all? It is so good to see everybody and to actually connect with you, because I know that this is, even though this is a recorded video and it's not live, I still see you all. And I'm so grateful to be able to be here with you. Actually, I gotta put my glasses on because I gotta make sure that I am really, really seeing y'all. You understand? So, yes. So thank you for taking this little journey with me. Okay, so I have actually not made a video in, I don't even know how long it's been. So y'all know, these are my love glasses. Why? Because I am, and it's Leo season, and that makes perfect sense. So I have been in the process of integrating all of the energy that I've been receiving in all manner of ways, y'all. And so, if I have been seemingly silent, it is not silence. It is taking a moment to simply reflect, to absorb, to discern, and then to go back in to connecting after having integrated all of the lessons, so that I am aware of what is my energy and what is the energy that I'm actually receiving from the collective. So thank y'all so much for rocking with me while we took this time for spiritual maintenance, because that is so necessary for everybody. It is so necessary to take the time and to take what it is that you need of yourself, right? So when I'm talking about taking, I'm not talking about taking from other people, and that's y'all listen. That's a whole lesson, right? And we'll talk about that at some point. But that's a part of the thing for me, is that there's so much that I see, there's so much that I receive, there's so much knowledge, wisdom, information that I want to share with people, that I have to be mindful of my own energy, like I said, and to make sure that I ground, so that I am not allowing my nervous system to be dysregulated by all of the information that I'm receiving, and being able to then try to process that information, distill that information, and share that information in a way that makes sense to other people, or figure out how to hold that information. If it's just, you get what I'm saying? It's a lot. And that's just like, in addition to like, I gotta go to the store and do whatever. I mean, you know what I mean? So like, thank y'all so much. So a couple of the things that I've decided to just simply be is, I realized how much I really, so there is this peach nectar sparkling wine. I don't know if it's considered a champagne, but I thoroughly enjoy it. And so it's the little things sometimes in life that I don't know if I want to call them vices. Maybe they are, to some people they are vices, right? But it's some of those things that you just enjoy that may simply be like, okay, you shouldn't do X, Y, and Z. And I get that. I really, really do. For a number of reasons. But like, I've decided, and I'm in a state where I'm really allowing myself to flow with the energy that I'm in at the moment, instead of trying to change myself into something that I believe I should be. Does that make sense? And one of the things that I'm really connecting with right now is the energy of the purslane plant. And what I'll do is I've shared this on my Conscious Creations Instagram channel, but I'm sharing this with you all because, y'all know I don't be knowing how to flip the camera and do all that kind of stuff. And so it gets real, whatever. But that's where it's at. So what I'll do is I'll actually make that photo a thumbnail when I post this video. But the reason being is because the purslane is actually a plant that is considered to be a succulent. And we breathe into that energy. We breathe into the energy of succulence. because life should be succulent. You understand? So the purslane, so if you guys have, if you plant or garden or whatever, and you're familiar with succulents, let's listen, let's touch hands. Let's have this conversation, because so many times there are things that the environment is speaking to us. Mother Nature is communicating to us, and we're not actually seeing that thing for what it is. And when I look at the purslane, first of all, it's called a purslane. And that is, for me, that is in alignment with my root chakra balancing oil called I Am the Bag and I Am Secure. Let's pause right there for a minute. Purslane. So the reason that resonates with me is because one of the things that I had to overcome in my previous chapter was an inadequate sense of self-worth, and had to really get to the point where I realized, no, I am the bag, right? It's not something that is outside of me. It is me. I am the bag and I am secure. Because as I saw, and as I evolved in all of these things, I saw some of the same patterns again and again and again, not just within myself, but within the people and the experiences that I was encountering. And what I mean by that is people who did not fully understand their own innate value, just by right, just by virtue of being them, their own innate value. And y'all, I get this, and this just 8-8 portal. I mean, you see where I'm going with this? It's a lot, but it really is about this as above, so below, as above, however you want to define that. But it's this, what is it that you are thinking? Who do you think you are? Right? That big Leo season. Who do you think you are? And that's you asking you that. Who do you think you are? Right? And then answering that in the awareness with the confidence that you know who you are. Right? You know exactly who you are. You are the bag and you are secure. So in all of the things that we learn throughout these different cycles and events and experiences in our lives, one of the things I always want to bring people back to is the awareness of who you are, right? Before the world touched you, who were you? Who were you born to be? And for me, one of the things that's really, really helped me with that is to actually download my birth chart. I told a friend I told a friend recently, the app that I used was Cafe Astrology. I don't know these people. I'm not affiliated with these people. I just know that is a particular astrology birth chart that I downloaded. So I put in like my date of birth, the time and place of birth, and it basically spit out what would be my cosmic blueprint. Because when each and every one of us were born, we were born when the sun was in, for me, the sun was in Leo, right? The moon was in whatever it was in, right? And all of the planets and all of the asteroids and the stars were aligned for a Tisha to be created. So when you were born, the stars were aligned for a you to be created. And that is so beautiful. That's so beautiful. And so when you see and you appreciate the energetics of that, it really helps you to see the blueprint. You actually were born with a blueprint, right? And once you are aware of that and you really decide that you are going to embody and embrace who you are authentically. So this isn't about conforming to what society says, someone born under the sign of Leo should look like, or someone born under the sign of Pisces should look like, or Virgo, whatever the case may be, right? But it is at this time in this place at, 4:52 p.m. on this date. This is a life that was born from the unseen realm, that transitioned from the unseen realm to the seen realm. This is the time, the longitude, the latitude. This is all that, this is where everything was aligned when you came into being. How powerful is that? How powerful is that? There's a roadmap for when you came into being, right? And using that and understanding and appreciating that has really helped me to change my life substantially. Because not only has it helped me to truly understand who I am at my core and some of the things that drive the, my own subconscious, or those things within me that are unseen, right? That people don't see. But it's allowed me to awaken to the truth and the authenticity of who and what and that I am, right? And the same thing is true for you too, right? When you were born, these were the things that were occurring, because the very next minute, the very next second, something was different, because you went from literally being unseen to being seen. That is a difference. That's a huge difference, right? You went from this state to where no one even knew what you looked like, to the very next moment, here you are, right? And here you are, birthed into a reality where you require things. You require certain things in order to keep you, alive. For you get what I'm saying? It is what it is. And somewhere along the line, we kind of lost that sense of who we are and what it is that we were born to be, what it is that we were born into, right? And so I am here for those who are resonating on this frequency, because one of the things that has come to me as of late is, so when I was born, the year was 1976. Yes, Year of the Dragon. So anyway, Year of the Dragon. You know what else was a Year of the Dragon? 2024. Understand? 2024, 888. Right? August 8th of 2024 was an 888 time. So if you are resonating with this and you were born in 1976 in the Year of the Dragon, you're probably seeing themes right now of 1984. That's also a book, right? 1984. That is important right now. That is very important right now. So there's a lot of things that is being activated within those of us who resonate with that Gen X frequency, right? The X gene, the X chromosome. You see what I'm saying? That is being awakened right now. And probably what is happening within you is probably driving you to get more in touch with nature. Follow your instincts, right? Follow your intuitive and your internal knowing, your internal GPS system. Follow that, right? I want you to look at what you were doing in 1984. Even if you weren't born in 1986, look at 1984, look at what you were doing when you were 8 years old. The visions that you had, the dreams that you had, that is actually being activated and reinstilled in you for such a time as this. So you may find yourself being more called to play, whatever play looked like for you. For me, that looked like double dutch, right? Girl, let me tell you, that's a whole thing. You know what? I should probably do a whole thing about double dutch and the spiritual nature of double dutch. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you were 8 years old, whenever that was, what is it that you envision for yourself? What did life look like for you at 8 years old? And you're probably going to see that there are similar themes that are coming up for you right now. And so you are in the process of literally making your dreams a reality. And so I want you to be sure that you give into that energy. Give into making your dreams a reality. Don't adulterate, right? Don't think about all these things that adults, quote unquote, think about, because that is the point in which you started to look at things from a perspective that was distorted from your younger self, your inner child. But the inner child was before money, before perversion, before when your desires were pure, Do you understand? They were just based on what was coming from your soul, from your solar essence, from your soul, the solar codes that are being returned to you during this Lionsgate portal of 8-8, because it's as above, so below, right? It is your higher self that is guiding you through this energy. But part of that higher self, even as the scripture talks about, the little children shall lead them. And it's literally that your inner child, allowing that internal GPS, that internal child within yourself to guide you along this next phase of your journey, whatever that looks like for you. But it's individual to you. But one of the things I can tell you is this: if you are seeing the numbers 8-8 or 8-8-8, you are in that energy of as above, so below, infinite, right? Abundance. So one of the things that's important for you to understand right now is that in the midst of all of the energy, as it is that as within, so without energy, coming to the center and culminating and coalescing, one of the things that is happening is that intertwining of the energy. And so being in harmony and grounding yourself in that energy is going to be very helpful, so that you are in alignment with what is true, so that you are not polarized in either direction, either right or left, but you are the balance. Understand? So in that energy, that helps you to truly embody and embrace the infinite nature of yourself, right? And I trust that that makes sense. So one of the things that's really, really going to be important to you right now, like I said, these numbers, this 8 energy. So you probably want to get a journal or some sort of whatever, child, whatever you choose to use, whether it's a journal, a laptop, a tablet, a phone, whatever, baby, write it down, so that whatever is coming to you right now, that is something that you can hold on to and be aware of, and then meditate on at a later point. Because as we get closer to 8-8 or August 8th, understand that 8-8, August 8th of 2024 was 8-8-8, right? Because 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 is 8. That's how I get 8-8-8. So we're talking about abundance, infinite, afterlife. Do you see what I'm saying? We're talking about beyond time, beyond space. We're talking about creation in and of itself, in and of herself. You understand? Creation is what is happening. Life is what is happening. You are recreating yourself by regenerating your cells, right? So you probably have, if you are resonating with this, you have probably been on a journey where you've been breaking generational patterns, and it is to get you to this place, right, where now you're able to see the fruit or the fruits of your labor, because 2025 is a 9-year, which is completion. It is the end of a cycle. So you've probably felt this energy of ending and re-beginning, or you see what I'm saying? You probably felt that energy. Very transformative energy. So you want to look at where Scorpio and Pluto are in your natal chart, if you go to one of these places that, you know, can pull your natal chart or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? Because those are the energies of transformation. And it'll help to guide you into the areas in your life that you are here to transform in order to evolve into a more higher and more expansive version of yourself, so that you are no longer a slave to the narratives, the whims, and everything else of someone that is external to you, as if you are not the conscious creator of your own reality, right? So, Purslane. So for all of my sisters who have navigated this space and who have been in this space and really working to heal their womb, right? Some of the things that I have found helpful and that I have done along my journey: Titty Cream, consciouscreations.live. Go to the website, order titty cream. Let me tell you why. Because one of the things when it comes to the mitochondrial energy, the mitochondria comes from the feminine line, right? And the mitochondria of the cell is basically that nucleus of the cell that actually gives energy and tells energy where to go and what to do. You understand? So when there is there is something that is happening that is causing damage in the mitochondria, we're literally talking about the very foundation of your nervous system, right? And so you've probably heard and seen a lot of people talking about nervous system dysregulation and healing the nervous system. It is because the suppression of the original feminine frequency on this planet has been done in order to damage and disrupt the mitochondrial energy so that your nerves are frayed. Therefore, people get on your nerves, right? Your nerves are frayed. You are dealing with all sorts of diseases because your nerves are frayed and you are walking around like a live wire, because that is what occurs when your nerves have taken damage. It is not regulated. Your energy is dysregulated. You are not regulating your own energy. Instead, your mind and your money is being externally governed by someone else that is not you. You understand? And you are dealing with whatever comes of someone else governing your mind and your money, so that your own personal economy is being run by someone that is external to your person and external to your home and external to what is generally in your best interest, right? And so in order to heal that, you must heal that. Part of healing that is getting back to grounding your energy with your heels, the heels of your feet, grounding the energy of the earth into your body and reconnecting with the frequency of the planet herself, Mother Nature herself, right? One of the other things that has transpired is using chemicals in order to kill nature herself, poisoning the soil. When you poison the soil, you poison the fertility. When you poison the fertility, you get what you get. You understand? When you poison the soil, you poison the food that comes from the soil. So then when you eat of this poisoned fruit, it thereby poisons the system. You understand? It's systemic. But in order to heal that, it is helpful to connect with herbs and things like that that have been able to evolve beyond the point of the things like Roundup that has been created in order to disrupt and dysregulate your nervous system when you consume and connect with certain plants, herbs, weeds, whatever the case, right? One of those such things is a weed that is called horseweed. If you go right now to Wikipedia, horseweed will be showing to you G5 secure. What that means is that it is not in any danger of extinction. The reason being is because it has developed in such a way that it no longer is susceptible to what people are generally used to using to kill it, which would be Roundup or glycophosphate, right? So horseweed has grown to develop an immunity to this thing, so it is no longer susceptible to being round up and destroyed and killed with everything else that is subject to being broken down due to the pesticides that are in glycophosphate. I'm just saying what I'm saying, y'all. Just take it for what it is, okay? Now, these are some of the things that I'm mentioning that are important, because as you are learning to reconnect with the earth, this is how the earth is able to speak to us in the very things that are growing around you that most people walk outside and they're not aware of. They're not aware of what it is that is literally happening as life is growing and blooming and sustaining herself all alongside them every single day. Most people are not consciously aware of that. But once you become consciously aware of that, you become consciously aware of that, and you become a conscious creator, or you have the potential to be in your own reality. You understand? So as we talk about this 8-8 portal, some of the things that are going to be very helpful to you in managing and maintaining and being a great steward of your own energy, because if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I always say self-love and self-care is asset protection. It is wealth management. It is wealth creation. It is wealth generation, because your revenue is internal, right? Your revenue is internal. So because of that, you want to go in and then project outward based on that inner alignment that is happening within you, right? And you're witnessing the egoic structures that have been primarily focused on chasing and pursuing a bag, that, you know, all of these things, right? And here's my thing, y'all. I want my folks to be healthy, wealthy, and wise. I want that for you, right? I do. I truly, truly do, right? I have a product called Abundance is My Birthright, because I want you to affirm that within yourself, because it's true, it's real. But because we've been so disconnected from that truth, we believe something else to be the narrative when it is not, right? We believe in other, and you know, no, abundance is your birthright. And if you receive that, then it is what it is, and you'll be guided towards those things that are in alignment with the frequency and the knowing that abundance is your birthright. It is what it is. You understand? So for any of my sisters who have, you know, gone through periods of feeling like life is stagnant, you're in a sort of drought, even if your womb or your vagina has gotten dry, right? Your phone is dry, whatever the case may be. If you want to add that extra succulence in your life to remind you that life should be succulent, what I want y'all to do is get yourself a purslane, right? And you can Google other succulent plants. Aloe is a succulent, right? So did I make a video about this? Either way, so there's this Mexican spot that I go to that has not aloe but cactus. So aloe and cactus, right? The cactus taco. First of all, I was like, who the fuck out here got cactus tacos in real life? So they make cactus tacos, and I realized that's a whole thing. And like I said, when I ate the cactus taco, the cactus said to me, hey, you know, I'm actually good for your womb, for vaginal dryness. I said, what? What? And they were like, right. But it makes perfect sense. You're in the desert, which generally has no water, but for the cactus. Come on now. Tell me Mother Nature ain't out here taking care of people. Tell me. You can. But anyway, so in the desert, you're experiencing any sort of vaginal dryness or whatever the case may be, get yourself some cactus tacos, baby. Get yourself some aloe. If you go to my website, www.consciouscreations.live, our Abundance is My Birthright hair shampoo and all of these things are made with aloe because of what I just said. It is made to actually restore the moisture internally, but at the same time to balance your pH. Because aloe also helps to balance your pH. Because some of the times we get burned out, where all of our emotions, all of our internal energy is now being given externally. So we are being burned out. That is affecting our nervous system, because our nervous system and the ends of our nerves that are dendrites, I think that's correct, dendrites are actually being burned out. Literally, your nerves are being burned out because things and people and situations are getting on your nerves, right? So you restore that internal moisture by using things like succulents, cactus, aloe, purslane, right? But make sure, because purslane apparently has a look-alike, and I can't even remember the name of it, but just Google purslane. Get familiar with her. And remember that life is to be lived. Life should be succulent. And you are so worthy of all of that amazing, succulent energy that is life. So as you are reflecting on this 8-8 energy, just remember to tap into your inner child. Before anybody told you that the things that you see, the visions that you have, the things that you feel in your soul are not real. Before anybody told you that it was not real, it wasn't possible, whatever the case may be, you tap back in and allow your higher self, which would be your future self, allow your higher self to guide you to that inner knowing of how to be able to restore that connection as above and so below, to bring back that inner harmony within yourself so that you walk it out. You walk out that reality that you saw as a child, but you were still a child, right? But now that you are an adult, or an adept, you have the ability to walk out that vision. And if you need any tools to help you on this journey, go to www.consciouscreations.live. Also, I am offering individual, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to call it coaching, y'all, because I've been trying to think of a better word, but it is what it is, right? So individual coaching, not just on spiritual things, but on life things. Because for those of you who know, you know that for the last, 14 years now, I've been a licensed attorney, and helping folks navigate family law. So when I see all of these, family law, criminal law, personal injury, whatever the case may be, helping folks navigate these legal issues, whatever they may be, that they're having, trusts, wills, estates, setting up a business, all of these things. When people are going through different transitional periods in their lives, I've been able to help people and walk people through these situations. So if that is where you are on your journey and you are walking through a transitional period in your life and you need assistance walking through that path, or you want to see yourself on the other side of whatever it is that you're experiencing, you can go to my coaching website, which is thetishahillman.com, also known as the Relationship Oracle, because it starts with the relationship with yourself. And of course, from there, it extends to your relationships with other people, right? That is www.thetisha, T-I-S-H-A, Hillman like the college.com, thetishahillman.com. So listen, I am so grateful for y'all. I know that, there's so much happening in the world, y'all, and people find themselves in all sorts of places. But I want you to know that if you found yourself on this channel right now, you are in alignment with abundance that you've never seen before in your life. And I'm not just talking about money and finances. I'm talking about health and wealth in all forms, right? Because money is a tool. So I would say that if you are doing the work to heal society and to help, to help heal yourself, which is in turn helping to heal society, then you're on the right path. You're on a good path. And even if you are in the place where you are like, you know what, I've gone through some stuff and now I really have to focus on rebuilding my life, then so be it. Where you find yourself, if you find yourself right here, right now, I trust that there is something in this recording, because I'm recording it on a Wednesday when the moon is in Libra. And my intention is to bring harmony, truth, balance, justice, wisdom, and all of the things that are going to help you move forward with absolute clarity of purpose and intention. So if you have been drawn and you found this video, then that is where you are. And there is something here for you. And just know that you called me here. We called each other here because I needed to give this information and you were the person to receive this information. And so listen, I am so grateful for each and every one of y'all. I'm so grateful. Listen, I know that, I don't know which, I don't even know when I started my channel, but I started because maybe it was because Conscious Creations, I started Conscious Creations about 5 years ago. So it was literally August, September of 2020. I don't remember when I started my YouTube channel, But because I was so focused on making products and helping folks to heal and healing myself and like all kinds of things, that at some point it made sense to just share this information with folks. I don't know how long it's been, but last time I checked, 99 subscribers. Shout out to each one of y'all, because you don't even know how you are a part of the building and the foundation. And I see you, because this is a 9-year, 2025 is a 9-year. So the fact that it is 99 of y'all tells me that you are an integral part of building the foundation of what is the future of healthcare and wealthcare and community and all of these things that we have been working to create to actually form a more perfect union. You're here, and I'm so grateful that you are, y'all. I'm so grateful that you are. And I look forward to connecting with each and every one of y'all, right? So drop me a line, whatever. The social media information is listed. If you have any questions, of course, you can reach out to me. And listen, until next time, y'all, love yourself well, because you deserve it.